What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the next adventure. You know, it dawned on me that I've never actually shown you my living area. So I figured in this video, we're gonna take a tour on where I'm living and how I'm living. But before we get into that, this is not gonna be a technical video going into details on this camper or anything like that. But if you are interested in any kind of technical information, you should check out DIY Outdoor Life YouTube channel. He has great information that shows you how to check the tongue weight, how to remove decals. This particular camper he has also, and he shows you how to move switches. He goes into great detail on what kind of battery you should put on your RV. He also goes into detail on some portable batteries like I use. He's very knowledgeable, and you should definitely go over to his channel, subscribe to him, and check him out. I'll put a link in the description below. You're gonna learn a few things because I definitely have. So without further ado, let's get into this tour. So what we have here is we have a, 2-bedroom, a 1.5 kitchen, and an outdoor living area. Let's go ahead and start in the one kitchen. So this is what they call a galley. And what I have here is just your basic supplies. You know, this is actually a bug repellent, like vitamins, sunscreen, spices, oils, stuff I cook with. Rubber gloves, I use these when I'm handling raw meats so I don't have to worry about washing my hands. It's pretty convenient. You know, coffee. This here is this is how I get water out of the tank of the camper. You turn this on, water hose, you can spray, you can pull it out, spray around. It's convenient, kind of a hassle sometimes, but I think at some point I will put in just a regular spigot so I can just turn it on and use that, you know, fill up pots and stuff. It's a kind of a pain sometimes having that long hose, but it's also convenient. We got a little bit of storage. I just have cleaner, extra, you know, pots, pans, cooking stuff, spices, a hose here that I've never used I might get rid of. You know, just stuff crammed in there. This is my little water kettle that I use with my 1000 watt Zachary when I have battery power. Right now I don't have any battery power because it's been storming. There's actually storms moving in right now. It seems to be a common theme every evening around here. Here I normally keep a cutting board. I've got my trays. This is my refrigerator. Right now I'm running it on a Zachary 300 because my 1000 over there sitting in the sun. I'm very low on supplies, so I'm gonna have to make a town run in the next couple days. As for up here, you know, I just got, you know, coffee, aluminum foil, spices, and just regular living stuff in this kitchen. It's a 2-burner cooktop that runs on the propane tank that's up front. A lot of times this will live back here, but I also have it set up, I'll show you in the front, where I can hook up the Zachary and it'll run the entire camper. That's the one full kitchen. We've got sink, we've got cooktop, we got a refrigerator, got a little bit of shelter that I can't use in the rain because it leaks right through here, and I haven't quite figured out a solution for that one yet, but I will eventually. So now we are going to go over to the half kitchen. So this, underneath this awning here, you can see, is where I hang out a lot. This is my half kitchen. Cooktop burner, cutting board, table that I use. This flimsy table, not too keen on it, but it's what I have, so this is what I use. My oil lamp that I light up when it gets dark. I just had this when I started this journey, and I had the fuel, so I brought it along, but once I'm out of fuel, I'm probably gonna get rid of this. So if you're ever in the area where I'm at and you want a free oil lamp, come find me. I cook here a lot because I'm under shelter because it rains here a lot, and you can see I have a little sink over here that catches water runoff right down into this tub, which is super filthy right now, even though that's fresh water from last night. It's just dirt. It's actually clean. You can do dishes, stuff in it, it'll be fine. This little gnome, I don't know how it's made it here. It's something I had in my house when I sold it, and I just grabbed it and tossed it, and it's just kind of been hanging out. So I suppose I'll hang on to him and hang him up when I'm out of place long enough. I'm going to show you the living area. So this is our outdoor patio. We have a nice chair. You guys seen these, fully reclines. A table that I don't really care much for, but I use it because that's what I have. And we have shelter. Oh, and I got my gold pan out. That'll be coming up in a future video. So let's go to the front here. This is my water filter setup. It's super dirty because it rained and got it all dirty, but I've got water in here that I catch off the awning, runs down into this filter here. I do this and we get filtered drinking water. It works out pretty well actually. So here is my house battery. I installed this battery selector here, so if you go over to 1, we're on the house battery. We go over to 2, then you can pull power from this. So this will plug into the jackery that I set right here, and then we can run the entire camper off of the jackery, which I try to do as much as I can when I have power. That way I can conserve the house battery and use it whenever I absolutely need to. That way I always have something. Propane tank. I use this to lock up my jackery if I'm going to be leaving or anything like that. Chainsaw fuel. I haven't used a chainsaw yet. First off, there's a fire ban and a lot of chainsaws are prohibited right now probably. But I got a feeling in winter it'll come in handy. If I don't use it this winter, I'm probably going to get rid of it and just get a handsaw because it's big and bulky. We'll see come around winter time. A trash bag. This is interesting. So living this lifestyle, trash is very hard to get. Did you hear that? More storms. All right. I've been hunkered down for a while because of storms, but that's okay. Back to what I was saying. In Wyoming, this wasn't so bad because trash, you could get rid of it all over the place. They had RV drop-off spots where you could just drop the trash off. Colorado here, you'll get a fine if you get caught doing anything like that. They do not like you dumping trash into a trash can anywhere. So it's been a struggle here. So what I have been doing, I haven't been putting them in those big bags, like, you know, your regular kitchen trash bags. Been putting it in grocery bags, and then I can, when I get fuel or something, I can dispose of it then. So it's kind of something I've learned, and I might just continue doing it that way because trying to find trash is definitely a struggle. If you live this lifestyle, you definitely understand. So underneath, I've got Copper's bed, so he can lay under there when it's raining or whatever. All of his toys, food and water bowl. Let's go ahead and hop in and check out the first bedroom. So what I have here, you know, open the door, it sticks by a magnet. Then I've got my brush here that I've whittled a stick down and stuck on the side here. This is because I walk around barefoot a lot. I use this brush to brush my feet off before I get in here. So let's go take a look inside. I don't even have to get in to show you because it's so small. What we have is, I put in a carbon monoxide monitor. This is a smoke alarm. There's another carbon monoxide monitor down there. Thermostat for the heater. Over here we have the furnace, all the electronics for the system. I've put these in here. You can see on both sides, they take little tea light candles, which is actually kind of convenient. I had them when I had my house and I didn't know what to do with them, so I just stuck them there. And it turns out to be pretty nice when it's dark out. I throw just a couple tea light candles in there and I don't have to use any power. And tea light candles are super cheap. I got tons of them from when I had my house. I have a TV here. I never use it. I put it in here. It uses power, and you know me, I gotta conserve power. So I've used it maybe once since I've been on the road. It's pretty rare that I actually use it. I'll use my laptop instead because of the power. But it opens up. You can see extra storage up there, which I need to probably utilize since it's empty. We got an air conditioner here that I've used one time since I've been out. It is convenient, but in this particular model of camper, you have to make a modification for it to actually work because the design of this was horrible and there is no airflow. So what I did, I installed this fan that I had laying around at my old house that hooks up to 120 volts because you got to run 120 to that anyway. So you're going to have power. You're either on shore power or you're on a generator, and that pulls out the extra heat that you need to pull out when you're running that thing. Otherwise it doesn't work. In this cupboard I've got all my winter gear. This is the one I talked about that I need to make into a pantry. I haven't done that yet, but I got a little Nintendo which I intended to use on this TV, which I still haven't yet because power is an issue and I've been conserving power. Right now I'm pretty low. In this cupboard, I can reach over. I've just got all my camera gear and a laptop. That's where all that lives, so it doesn't get torn up. This is Copper's bed. This is where he sleeps every night. He tends to like it, I think. I mean, he's a dog. And this is where I can kick back and recline during thunderstorms and during bad weather and stuff. But it also folds down, and I have this board here that I can throw on top to create somewhat sort of a table. I do a lot of editing here, and that's pretty much what I use it for. Relaxing and editing. I hang out outside probably 90% of the time, as long as I can anyways. You see my bed here? This is actually a mattress that I had in my house. I just cut it in half. Fits pretty well. I know this little comforter thing here that I have, white's probably not the ideal color for this situation, but this is the warmest blanket I've ever had in my life. I don't know how it's so warm, but it definitely is. So I'll probably use it until it wears out at least. And it's what I have. I got a curtain here that I made before I left. Cover up the window. I have this here with the TV remote, flashlight. Nothing too crazy there. Here I keep like toothbrush and stuff like that, you know, shower materials, deodorant, things like that. Keep a vacuum handy so when you make a mess, you can just suck it up pretty quickly. I've got a harmonica that I keep up here that I've been practicing, and a jaw harp. So hopefully I can get a little bit better at those. Headlamp, flashlights, radios that I use for like weather radio, and just pulling in radio stations to listen to. This is mainly what I use to drink water out of, so I just leave it in here also, you know, because it holds a lot of water instead of a water bottle. And you got more slides in here. I've got, you know, a back massage pillow, mouthwash, first aid kits, ibuprofen, things like that lives in there. Yeah. And then up here you just got some more storage. Keep a photo of my mom up there. Hi, Mom. Got a mirror. You can see yourself probably. And this tells me the temperature in the galley and the temperature in here. Underneath where the bed is, if you look, got a little radio that I've got a switch installed to turn it off so I don't have to use the power. And then below that is a carbon monoxide and gas detector, which that tape on there just to cover up the LED light because it is super bright. Got a switch here to turn on the outside lights. Outside light here, and there's one on the other side. And then we have this whole house fan, which is very, very nice. Without that fan, oh man, in the summertime this would kind of not be pleasant to sleep in, but with that fan, makes such a good breeze come through here. It's pretty great. There's my main living quarters. So let's go check out bedroom number 2. That's not always set up. Every once in a while, if I'm gonna stay in a place long enough and we got proper setup, here's bedroom number 2. This is a great place to come and relax and kick back, stretch out, enjoy the nice weather if you have some nice weather. Or when you sleep in this thing at night, it's kind of interesting because I live in camper full time. When you're sleeping in this, it actually feels like you're camping. You know, this doesn't feel like I'm much camping because this is kind of my house. Sleep in this, I'm camping. We'll flip up the rain fly here. All right, so bedroom number 2. We got a nice bug net. We can unzip it. You can remove it all the way if you wanted to. Flip it over, and here we go. Nice air mat. Got a heavy duty sleeping bag, good pillow, and it is pretty dang comfortable because you actually do lay flat. It's not like a hammock where it's banana shape. It's pretty great. Not really much to say about that one. You guys seen this in other videos. So yeah, so that's basically my whole living situation other than the FJ. The FJ is my storage unit. I have entirely too much stuff and I need to sort through, which I will at some point once I make it to probably my brother's house or something like that. But currently right now, I know where stuff is, so it's gonna work out for me okay. Yard maintenance is pretty easy. I just let it grow. Yeah, it's not terrible. So that's my crib. And if you enjoyed watching this sort of thing, you should check out my other stuff and feel free to follow along. Don't forget to go to DIY Outdoor Life and subscribe to him. He's got great information on his channel, and I will see everybody on the next one. On to the next adventure.